would undoubtedly help the new initiative. Documentary specialist Ibu Wage said the coming into force of such a body would undoubtedly complement the efforts of the national broadcaster as it embarked on its strategic and operational modalities.
It's high time that the Gambia GRTS operates more hours than it is doing now. But certainly you don't operate more hours on empty space. So bringing in producers, independent producers, to come up with ideas and even production material that you can find market for, that you can find the audience for, then this kind of collaboration will help the station to operate more hours.
Director General GRTS, Alhaji Momodou Sanyang, made it abundantly clear that the new Independent Producers Association, the Gambia, is not under the whims and caprices of the national broadcaster. DG Sanyang said he was quite elated about the formation of such an entity, arguing that it came at a time when GRT is looking at the possibility of extending its transmission programs.
All I'm going to tell you is that our doors are open. And the most important thing is that any advices from this body will be honored. We give him the fullest respect, because all we need is quality production.
Director TV programs Lamin said the historic launching of the Independent Producers Association is a step in the right direction. He said if all goes as planned, special awards to recognize Gambian talents coordinated by the group would be unveiled in the not-too-distant future. George Gomez is a member of the standing committee that regulates the film industry. He said the new initiative has come at the right time.
Now, I think it's coming at the right time when government has been thinking about the film industry.
The national broadcaster is like a mirror to us, said Harona Drammeh, who disclosed at the meeting that the vital role GRTs play in information dissemination and the role it could play in the new association.
For me and many like me, GRTS is the mirror in this country. Not only did we jumpstart our careers through GRTS, but GRTS have always served as a benchmark for us. A lot of independent producers here will agree with me. If there were no GRTS, maybe none of us would have been here.
Aziz Wulan emphasized the need for all hands to be on deck to ensure that quality becomes the slogan of the new body. Several speakers at the launch gave their suggestions as regards the direction the Independent Producers Association should take and how to make the association work efficiently and effectively. Ibrahim Abalde, GRTS.
The Gambia Supreme Islamic Council is drawing the attention of the public to one Derek Balak, a man who claims to have been sent for additional pillars of Islam by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. A media release from the ISIC reveals that Derek wants to introduce the said pillars to Muslims in the Gambia and has even contacted some imams. The man's claim the release ads are false and that he was, as a result, asked to stop his activities with immediate effect. The Council is urging Muslims to collaborate with the body to eradicate such irrational beliefs, the release concludes. The Association of Construction Consultants and Construction Contractors have concluded a two-day forum for members. The interface, as Samuel Ba reports, provided participants a platform to critically look into issues like site management, among others.
The moment of the two-day session was the brief visit made to the National Assembly complex under construction, where participants had the opportunity to learn new lessons they say are crucial to their professional development as consultants and contractors in the local construction industry.
We learned about about site management, about health and safety for a project of that scale, the Gambia National Assembly. And we learn about how to manage task forces, how to produce a good program of work to meet deadlines by introducing things like pre-deadlines, as Mr. Manish explained in the questions, if you remember, that I asked him. How did he manage from that complex level to this manageable level? He did explain to us about introducing sub-managers and subdivision and using a master plan as his program of work to get this job going.
There isn't a limit, like their management style, how they manage. I mean, this is one of it. I mean, they have a magnificent structure. They have a magnificent management style, which will help us in no small measure to manage our companies. I mean, we try to manage in a small quantity, but then if it grows big, I mean, these people have the structure.
Members of the Gambia Association of Construction Consultants and Contractors are determined to partner with government in national development, especially in the area of infrastructure, something the Ministry of Works embraces.
The Ministry notes with appreciation the keen interest of both the Gambia Association of Construction Consultants and the Gambia Association of Construction Contractors to partake in national development, especially infrastructural development. We cherish this new development, this new partnership, and would like to nurture it for good.
Forums of this nature are not only expected to help home-based construction consultants and contractors excel in their careers, but also guide them in their bid to take charge of the Gambia's construction industry, especially in the implementation of government projects. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
Wandudu Seka has been found guilty of murdering Banjul native Jaja Jam. Seka was 17 years old when he committed the said crime. Ibrahima Jatta reports on how a matter of age and maturity nearly saved the day for a relatively young murder convict.
Seka was just 17 when he allegedly caused the death of Jaja Jam by stabbing him with a knife on the 31st day of August 2009 at Tobacco Road. State prosecutors did not arraign him until October 2010 on a one-count charge of murder under Section 187 of the Criminal Code. Prosecutors later brought 6 witnesses to testify and tendered 5 exhibits in support of its case against the youngster who denied the accusation. Seka testified as the sole witness in his defense and did not tender any exhibit. The 4th witness who testified in the case had told the court that on the 31st day of August 2009 at Tobacco Road in Banjul, he saw the accused and the deceased almost fighting at a junction. He rushed to separate them, but by the time he got close, the accused had stabbed the deceased around his neck. Chan was rushed to the hospital immediately, where he was pronounced dead. A knife, the witness said he later seized from the accused, was tendered in evidence as Exhibit E, and blood specimens derived from the scene by investigators for mortuary analysis were confirmed as the victim's blood. In his assessment of the evidence, Justice Nkea told the court that the testimony of the accused in court is very much the same with his statements to the police, apart from the fact that in Exhibit D, the witness admitted stabbing the deceased with the knife on his neck, but denied doing so in his evidence before the court, which subsequently regarded Exhibit B, the autopsy report, as conclusive of the death of the deceased and the fact that he died from severe blood loss. The court also held the evidence of the 4th and 5th prosecution witnesses as crucial in linking the accused to the death of the deceased. According to Justice Nkea, the accused person's confessional statement to the police is also of vital relevance, making his subsequent denials at the court unconvincing and somewhat seen as an afterthought by the court. What is the likely consequence when someone drives a knife of 2.5 inches deep into the neck of his victim? Was the question the presiding judge asked, while stating that prosecution has proven the main elements of the offense charged. The counsel for the accused, who is a first offender, consequently asked the court to temper justice with mercy on the accused, who was said to be just 17 when the offense was committed. The defense counsel from the legal aid agency further pleaded with the court to invoke Section 255 of the Criminal Procedure Code in handing sentence. After listening to the plea for clemency, the presiding judge said he will consider the tender age of the 19-year-old convict as a mitigating factor, with the knowledge that he has a whole lifetime ahead of him. Justice Nkea subsequently summoned the provisions of Section 255 in favor of the convict and gave the following order as such: that the convict is to be detained at the pleasure of the President of the Republic in terms of Section 255 of the Criminal Procedure Code. 2, that the Attorney General and Minister of Justice is hereby invited in terms of Section 255 of the Criminal Procedure Code to forthwith issue directives as to the further detention of the convict. 3, that this court shall in terms of Section 255 of the Criminal Procedure Code issue a report within 7 clear days to be forwarded to the Justice Minister and Registrar of the High Court. 4, that a copy of the judgment be sent to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice forthwith by the Master and Registrar of the High Court. There shall be no further order. The sentence concludes. Ibrahima Jatta, GRTS.
A group calling